Hi and welcome to Knit with Hannah. Today we're talking about yoga for knitters again, and I'm going to show you some perfect yoga for if you are knitting while you're travelling. Hi, welcome to Knit with Hannah. I'm Hannah. I'm here with Knitting Natter to help you learn to knit the easy way. Do subscribe if you'd like to get notifications. Click the little bell as well. I put up a new video every Tuesday, every week. More knitting natter, and all sorts of things that will help you just encourage knitting into your lifestyle more. And that includes yoga for knitters. If you knit in a car, you might be knitting for hours at a time. If you knit on the train or the plane, then you could be knitting for hours at a time. This is just going to help you remove the stiffness from those muscles, because if you're knitting, you're just using the same muscles again and again and again and again and again. We need to counterbalance that, find a little bit of stretch, and just give you some movement so that the body doesn't feel so stiff when you finish moving and when you finish travelling. So we're going to start just by connecting to the breath, like we have done with some of the other videos. Yes, this is the fourth of 4 yoga for knitter videos. So if you want to, once you've done this one, go and have a look back at the others. We've done yoga for hands and wrists, yoga for the eyes, yoga for the shoulders, and neck as well. So go and have a look. You can use those movements as well. You can create a whole 30-minute yoga series for yourself. Connect it with this one, and a lot of those movements you can also do while you're traveling, but we're going to focus today on yoga for knitters while you're restrained. You can't move much if you're in one seat and you've only got so much space. So let's just do what you can in this one seat. So connect to your breath. Just put your hands on your belly and then put one hand on the top of your chest here as well. And can you feel the breath? Where can you feel it? Can you even feel it at your nose rather than in your torso? Or can you feel it everywhere? And as you feel that quiet, you're going to make your first movement. And if you can, don't force yourself to do this if you can't. Just lift your knee up to your chest as far as you can. That's all I can manage. It's just the way my hips move. If your knee moves up further, it's not that easy when you're sitting. Then move your knee up further, that's fine. Just a little bit. And you can just swing your knee, your foot, a little bit as well. And hold it there. And you can do the same thing with the other leg. Just lift your knee a little bit. What does that do to your breath? Do you feel your breath moving higher? Maybe your torso is a bit stretched, a bit squashed lower down. Let your foot just hang a little bit. Maybe it's swing backwards and forwards. Maybe you want to circle your foot. You can't see that on the video, I don't think, but I'm rotating my ankle just a little bit, backwards and forwards. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is lift my right leg up again, whichever leg feels comfortable for you. First, oh sorry, I think I hit my mic there. I'm going to lift up my knee and put one foot on the opposite knee. There you go. So that foot is there, and from here I can rotate my ankle. Just hold on to my foot. You can take your shoe off if you like, if you can, and just rotate that foot one way and then rotate it the other. There we go. Just a bit of movement, and you can see your shoulder moving as well. Can you feel that? You feel the whole of your body is actually getting a bit of a workout. Keep feeling your breath. Smile. This is fun. You get the whole family doing this. They may not all be knitting, but if you're in a car for a long time, there you go. Okay, and now we're going to put that foot down and do the same thing with the other leg. So lift up your knee again, and just gently put that foot over on the opposite knee. Hold onto that foot. Just feel it there for a minute. How does your breath feel? Is it squashed again? Is your breath quite happy? Or is it moving up your torso? Can you even feel it in your back? Just sit with that. And now start rotating that other foot. Your ankle is just getting a little bit of movement here. Obviously you don't move your ankles very much unless you're driving on the pedals there. There you go. And then rotate it in the other direction. Again, do you take your shoe off if you can? It would be really nice for you to connect with your toes, connect with your foot. There we go. That's the lower half of the body. It's managed a little bit of a movement. Okay. Take a couple of deep breaths. Inhale, and as you exhale, just move that leg back down. And now we're going to put your hands on the knees. So just feel a little bit of a bend in your elbows, but sit upright, shoulders back. Bit of movement there just to feel comfortable, feel aligned, feel as if the spine is ready. Just sit upright. Okay, and now we're going to bend the spine. First of all, we're going to bend the spine backwards and forwards. Just feel it arching in the back as you breathe out. As you breathe in, just gently lift your head back as well so the whole spine is arching. And now arch it forwards as you breathe out. And breathe in, arch forwards. And out, arch backwards. Feel your belly filling with air as you arch backwards like this. And forwards. We'll do that twice again. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. And back to center. Just let those shoulders relax, settle back down again. Right then. Now we're going to move the spine in another direction now. So put your left hand on the opposite knee or your right hand on the opposite knee, whichever feels good for you to start with. And we're going to twist towards that knee. Breathe out and twist. And we're going to hold it there for 3 breaths. See, the whole of your torso is moving in that direction. If you can, your other shoulder is moving, sat behind you as well. It really does depend on how much space you've got where you are. And last breath. And breathe in. And as you breathe out, move back to center. Okay, we're going to do that in the opposite direction now. How's that feeling? Nice bit of movement. Just put your knitting down for 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, so the other hand on the opposite knee, and we're going to move towards that knee. Breathe in, and as you exhale, move towards that knee. If you can, if you've got the space, let your shoulder sit behind you as well. We're going to sit there for 3 breaths. And exhale. Smile. This is good fun. And exhale. And then one more inhale. And as you exhale, move back to center. There we go. That feels good, doesn't it? Okay. Now, what I would say is if you can do this, then do it. If you can't, then you don't need to worry. You can just move, you can just alter it slightly. So if you want to do the whole movement and you can, then go for it. So what I'm going to suggest is that you move your hands. They're already on the knees, and you're just going to slide them down all the way down to your ankles and your toes, if you can. You're just doubling up, and you're giving the base of your back a bit of a stretch. If you can't go that far because of being restricted, then you can just sit like this. Rest your hands, rest your jaw and your hands, so you've got your elbows on your knees instead. You're still stretching that part of your back, but just not quite so much. So this forward fold is giving you a little bit of movement that you definitely wouldn't normally get on a car journey or when you're sitting in a plane. There you go. If you want to, just wiggle your toes while you're here. Your hands can reach down. Really is good to get connected to your feet. Really great for grounding and relaxing. Feeling the tension release throughout your whole body. Just wiggle your toes a little bit if you're touching your toes with your fingers. There you go. Okay, we're going to sit upright again with an exhale. There we go. That's good, isn't it? Now, one thing we can do, what we were doing with the shoulder video, we were moving the arms a lot and the shoulders. Probably can't do that very much while you're sitting and restricted while you're traveling. So what we're going to do instead is just move the head. Just going to do a little bit of a neck stretch. So unlike when we were moving the whole body to the right, we're just going to move the head this time. So with an exhale, take your head towards the right and look over your right shoulder. I'm looking, see if you can find something to look at. Stretch your eyes a little bit as well. I'm looking towards that bunch of flowers there. Keep smiling. We can't be doing this with a frown on our face. And with an exhale, move back to the center. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side now. With an exhale, move to the other side, and a little bit of eye yoga. Just move your eyes as far in your peripheral vision as you can. This time I'm looking at the edge of the curtain. And now, with an exhale, back to the center. And we now, just close your eyes for a second. Oh, that feels, that was a bit of fun. Now we're just going to give our heads a bit of a swirl. So from not going all the way to the right like we just did, just gently bowing it towards the front, from side to side. Very gentle movement. There you go. That's a 10-minute routine you can do. And like I said, you can probably pick up the other videos as well and just pick out a few movements that were in those that we haven't used in this one and add them to the end of this as well, and that'll give you 15 or 20 minutes of movement instead of knitting, and then you can get back to your knitting and actually feel that your muscles are more relaxed, they're more supple, and they're ready for that restricted movement again. You know, we're moving our fingers and we're moving our wrists, and you can feel the muscles in your shoulders and in your forearms actually moving and working when you're knitting. But we can't do that consistently for a long period of time. We have to give it a bit of a stretch and a bit of a movement, and just let the other muscles that we're moving while we're practicing yoga support the muscles that we're using when we're knitting. Great, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been lovely having you here. You can download this video from YouTube, or make sure that you can see it while you're on a plane or in a car, and just put your headphones in and just join me and do this maybe 3 or 4 times while you're travelling over this summer. It'll be great. Put in the comments where you are, where you're travelling to. I'd love to know where you are all over the world while you're doing this video. Great. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you again soon. We're back to more knitting next week. So yeah, away from yoga and back to knitting. But do let me know if you'd like more yoga for knitters, because there are so many different things we could do. It'll be great to give you more videos on this. I love yoga. It is a strong part of my life. It supports me, part of the therapy that I used for my 2 chronic illnesses, and you know, knitting is part of that therapy as well. So it all combines to give me a great lifestyle. I love it. I will see you again next week. Bye for now. Happy knitting.